Palma. Oh,
Oh, man.
that's unfair, and Palma 7 points in the game.
To Del Puentes.
Oh, wow.
Delgado makes the shot and knocks it down. Maloria is open. 3-point. Oh my goodness! He's a jumper by Robin Celis. Caballero has time. Just posterized by
Third and final game of your Tuesday triple header dito sa Paco Arena. Itong MPBL Season 7. And two teams that are headed into opposite directions. Itong Davao Occidental Tigers and Jeff Comia, they are trying to lock up their spot in the play-in tournament. Ito na mga Manila Batang Quiapo, magpapaalam na. After the regular season, they will not make the playoffs this year or the play-in, and maglalaban sila ngayon Davao Occidental against Manila, and very very important game for Davao because they are trying to enter the next round. Magandang gabi mga kaliga sa Dev Tupas, kasama si Javi Palania, makakasama din natin si Mika Abisamis, and good evening din po sa mga nanonood sa atin sa YouTube and pusup.com, and we are live on Solar Sports every Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Javi, itong Davao Occidental, nice win against Cebu the last time out. No, anong nakikita mo dito with their projection moving forward sa kanilang kampanya dito sa MPBL?
Well, they've been up and down this season, talking about the Davao Occidental Tigers, and I think para sa kanila yung pinaka mahirap na pinagdaanan nila this season is yung pagkawala ng maraming players each time during this season. They've had some key players in and out of the roster, and that has really affected yung outcome ng kanilang mga games. So, but it has also given rise to players like Raymart Escobedo.
No, Raymart Escobedo is also one of those players na in and out sa kanilang lineup, but every time he's in the lineup, I think good things happen to the Davao Occidental Tigers.
He has been the guy that Davao has gone to almost exclusively when he is in the lineup. No, itong si Raymart Escobedo, he has shown us that he's not just a spark off the bench anymore. He's really a go-to guy that Davao can rely on for point production. In that game against Pampanga, he had 14 of his 23 in the second half, well above his average of 10.7 points per game. If he can have that three-point shot even more reliable, especially in this game, then Davao will be a tough team to beat.
Well, Raymart Escobedo, on in his first season here in the MPBL, really has made his mark. Sa kabilang panig naman na Manila Batang Quiapo, itong team na to, no, they've only have 3 wins so far this season, and yung pagtatapos ng season na to, they also want to finish on a good note. But itong player na to, Alfred Cedillo, I think has really come back dito sa liga natin and showed a lot of improvement, much more polished offensively, and really more mature with his play.
Yeah, with a lot of games under his belt coming into this season, he really prepared for his return to the MPBL. Talking about Alfred Cedillo, and nakita mo naman yan doon sa ginawa niya, his point production. Dian Biro, to score 20 points, to average 20 points in this league is certainly no joke. And you're doing that, playing the 4th spot, that says a lot about you. Alfred Cedillo has really shown us the full arsenal. He has improved greatly in different aspects of his game.
It's Davao Occidental against Manila dito sa Paco Arena. Richard Campos with the starters.
Season 7. Time to meet the starters. Introducing first, the MPBL Season 3 champions, Davao Occidental Tigers, Coco Life. Playing center number 77, Noel Bonleon. Forward number 48, Justin Alano. The other forward number 32, Harold Arboleda. Shooting guard number 29, Jeff Comia. At guard number 18, Joseph Terso. Their head coach, Arvin Bonleon. Assistant coaches, Ronald Magtulis, Pancho Alfonso, Noy Bonleon, Anthony Burdett, Amboy Agoroy, and Peter Santamaria. Assistant team manager, Glenn Medaglia. And now, get ready to cheer for your Manila Batang Quiapo. At guard number 4, JM Canlas. Forward number 77, your very own from San Andres, Red Eusebio. To guard number 45 from Santa Ana, Alexis Heman. Playing center number 23, Decoy Lopez. And at forward number 11, the 2024 All-Star Slam Dunk Champion, Joe Gomez Deliano. They are led by Max Dayandante. Assistant coaches, Clint Guzarin, RJ Jonero, and Miller Guillen. Team consultant, Bang Tumapat. Team manager, Ivan Villaflor. Team governor, Ado Salazar. The team owners, Raymond Ang and Emilio Chu. Referees for this ballgame, crew chief Reynaldo Gabriel with Lester Arcega and
Joseph Terzo, Jeff Comia, Noel Bonleon, Justin Alano, and Harold Arboleda ang magsisimula para dito sa Davao Occidental Tigers. Alexis Heman, Jose Canlas Jr., Decoy Lopez, Red Eusebio, Joe Gomez Deliano will start for Manila Batang Quiapo. Expect a fast-paced game every time Manila sees action. Our officiating crew will be led by Ray Gabriel. Makakasama niya si Lester Arcega, Philbert Tugab, and the fourth man is the always smiling Alan Manzano.
Lagi, no? Kahit anong mangyari, nakangiti pa rin si referee Alan Manzano. But I'm sure Coach Arvin will not be happy with this first turnover for Davao right in the first possession. They give up 2 points to Alexis Heman. And para sa Manila, they only have one thing in mind here, is really to play spoilers to the bid of Davao to have a strength on the hold of that play-in spot in the south.
Comia, uy, umusot ang pasa. And you were talking about the depth of this Davao team. It's, you know, it's not the deepest team right now, although they really miss itong si Keith Agovida in their lineup.
He just ticks all the lacking boxes kasi para sa Davao, no? At that fourth spot, he's able to produce points. He's a leader, both on and off. And he also gives a lot of length defensively for the Tigers.
Oh, so you're looking at Keith Agovida coming off the bench, and should Davao reach the play-in, and if Agovida makes, is available, that's going to be a very, very potent Davao team with Jeff Comia there, with Escobedo there as well.
Especially because Jeff Combs
and Wawi Escocio also, having a really big season.
he's making a case to be part of that all-resurgent 5 this year. Si Wawi Escocio.
It's just Sebio, well defended by Comia. Harold Arboleda also has returned with, I think yung kay Harold Arboleda, pagbalik niya dito, maganda rin yung kinalabasan sa kanyang career with Davao.
But just like Keith Agovida, he also gives a lot of versatility to the power forward spot for the Davao Occidental Tigers. May not be as potent a scorer as Keith Agovida is, but he is a playmaker. He can set up his teammates, and he can also fill up the other parts of the stat sheet. He can rebound, he can defend, he can dish off. That's Harold Arboleda for you. Plus, of course, the experience that he's already had playing here in the MPBL. I think both he and Kita Govida can give Davao a big edge.
Eusebio knocks down the free throw. 5-2 is the count. Arboleda. Leon misses the three. Fight for the rebound. It ends up with Heman. Joe Gomez del Llano. The ball knocked away to Canlas. Canlas with a teardrop. Terzo with the push shot. Leon for two underneath.
Well, we certainly weren't lying when we said that this would be a fast-paced game. Right off the bat, both of these teams have looked to push the basketball here in the first quarter.
Arboleda, Comia. One of the best breakdown players in the league. He shoots the three though. That time could not convert. Joe in the lane, dribbles it off his foot. Loose ball picked up by Alano. Comia. The bounce pass to Terzo for two.
Manila not even looking to set up in the half court there. They're trying to take advantage of Davao still going back down on defense.
The fast break of the game is brought to you by Extreme X-Pop Personal Karaoke Speaker. Everyday karaoke.
That's too easy on the break there for the Tigers. Comia with the lead pass and Joseph Terzo with that finish.
Meanwhile, let's bring in Mika Bisamis.
Playing their last game, I got to talk to some guys that, to be fair, made an impact in this year's Manila stint. Cedilio Baltazar, Gomez, De Leano, Lopez. Obviously, an unfortunate situation, but played noticeable minutes for the team, something that could actually be to their benefit for their individual careers. Balita ko may mga kumakausap na kila Joe at saka kay Cedilio. By the way, Coach Maxi shared he got into a car accident recently and would hopefully want to win this game to end his September on a positive note. Still Javi.
Maraming salamat, Mika. And as in, the careers of our players here, if you do well, teams will take notice and try to, bring you in for next season. Lalo ng iba na naghahanda na ng maaga.
Tama ka dyan. That's why players should be wary of those watching them. It doesn't matter what team you're on. What matters is how you perform and play on the court.
Oo. Paalala yan sa mga players natin dito sa MPBL that, every game is a tryout. Sabi nga si Coach Christian Wanson. And Coach Maxi naman, good to see him here.
Glad to know that he was able to get out of that accident in one piece and still here coaching Manila for their last game.
No-look pass here galing kay Terzo, but a big block kay Eusebio. It is a foul on Eusebio.
Could have been a great defensive play there for Manila. One of the few times we actually see some good rotations defensively. And that's a small guy, by the way, swatting the shot of a big man.
And Leon, 1 for 2. 3-point lead for Manila. Lopez. And look at Justin Alano dive for that loose ball.
That's what he's there for. Alano will sacrifice his body in trying to get those loose balls on the floor, in the air, wherever it is. He's going to try and generate possessions for his team. Kaya ang sarap kakampi nito ni Justin Alano. You need those kinds of players on your team.
12-9 is the count. Soriano, a three.
Manila actually making a good account of themselves offensively here in the first quarter. Plus, they've also limited Davao to just 9 points past the halfway point of this first quarter.
Alano puts it in from close range.
But when you make a stop, very important that you finish it with a defensive rebound. Manila can't keep allowing the Tigers those extra possessions.
And turnover for the Tigers.
Got a little bit too fancy there, Joseph Terzo.
3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Cedillo to Soriano for the three.
Basic drive and kick there for Manila, resulting in a made shot.
Alfred Cedillo again inside the lane.
And he is going to have the speed advantage, I think, with majority of the defenders. Davao will try to throw at him in this game.
Leon gets away. Ball knocked away by Joe Gomez Del Llano. The Gixxer, great move of the game, born for greatness. Cedillo. It's been these type of moves galing kay Alfred Cedillo throughout his stint with Manila.
And I think these are moves that we've already seen from him before. Kaya lang this season, mas refined na.
Mas wabe,
Mas suabe na.
mas kontrolado. Parillagas, parehong mintis, and the cleanup by Wawi Escocio.
And Alfred Cedillo, he's really gotten stronger as well. Kaya yung mga movement niya rin gumanda. That's because of his improved conditioning. And if you're talking about improved conditioning, Wawi Escocio certainly falls into that category as well. He's slimmed down while also still maintaining that kind of power that we've known him to have.
(17-13). 3:20 remaining in the first period. Escocio misses the jumper. Rebound, Inigo. Soriano against Tagala. Labas muna. Joe attacks and scores. Coach Arvin has seen enough. The defense has not been there for the Davao Occidental Tigers, Avi.
And it's been constantly drive and draw, drive and draw, drive and kick para sa Manila here in the first quarter. This time, they wait for the defense to commit a mistake, and it was on the drive of Joe Gomez Del Llano. That defense falling apart for the Tigers. They're down by 6.
Davao lost to Pampanga in their last game. This was the game after they won against Cebu, Happy.
Yeah.
And 102-83, Pampanga just pounding it inside. 34 free throws, 20 free throw difference between the two teams.
Just the lack of interior defense, that's certainly what Pampanga pounced upon there on Davao. Didn't have guys like Wawi Escocio really trying to stop guys like Larry Muyang. And, you know, Pampanga just recognizing that advantage. Manila here, they continue to pat on the points. If not in the initial attack, they're getting some offensive rebounds.
Absolutely. 21-17.
Cedillo's been having his way against each defender that's gone against him in this game. That time drawing the foul on Maui Escocio as he tried to close out.
Cedillo wide open, a three. Rebound ni Escocio. Escobedo has it. Escobedo trying to drop it off to Liagas. Tagala from the corner. Dalawang big men nag-agawan sa rebound, but binigay ni Pari Liagas.
He gave way.
Gave way. Jan Salubre. Escobedo was open in the corner. Escocio inside. Well defended by Joe Gomez Del Llano. And Mac the other way, easy too.
Now that's the thing with Manila here in this game. That's the difference that they've been making. They're actually playing defense.
Oo. Yan ang kaibahan. Escobedo will not knock it down. Takbo agad ang Manila. Here's Alfred Cedillo. Dire-diretso, kapos ang layup. Escobedo to Tagala, lost it. And Joe Gomez Del Llano has been a force there defensively.
Yeah, actually, he's been holding his ground inside, being that guy protecting the basket para sa Manila Batang Quiapo. For the majority of the season, Manila would just let opposing teams score in transition, tapos they're gonna try to get it back on the other side hanggat sa matatambakan na sila. But here in this game, they're maintaining the lead and they're forcing stops.
Alfred. Inside, Alfred Cedillo scores. Manila up by 6.
Just constantly going to that spin here in the first quarter. Ito si Alfred Cedillo.
Escocio. Nasa ilalim na naman. Wawi Escocio. Nobody can stop him there. Inigo attacks the closeout. Short on the layup. May oras pa dito ang Davao. Escobedo to Jan Salubre. And he beats the first quarter buzzer. And after an up and down first quarter, it comes to an end with the Davao Occidental Tigers and down by 2 against the Manila Batang Quiapo. Some of the highlights here of our first period, Abby.
Both teams really look to push the pace in that first quarter. Cedillo trying to take advantage of the slower defenders that he's had on him. Arvid Bonleon, and then you even had Maui Escocio trying to defend him. Joe Gomez Del Llano did the same on those long closeouts, getting inside and scoring points. Manila up by 2 at the end of the first quarter.
(122-104), Val City beating Manila Batang Quiapo. One of the best games for Valenzuela this season. Manila lumaban naman kahit papano, pero kapos against Valenzuela.
Well, umpisa pa lang, Valenzuela already dominated that. They really tried to keep it close in that first quarter, but that just wasn't the case. The lack of defense just really hurting Manila once again. That hasn't been the case tonight against Davao, where this is, I think, one of the rare times this season that they managed to carry a lead heading into the second quarter. As usually the case would be, after the first quarter, it would already be a double-digit lead for the opposing team.
Escocio against Baltasar sa ilalim. Wawi Escocio.
They also recognize that there will be nobody to guard Escocio one-on-one, especially if it's that close to the basket. Manila, they just couldn't expose the disadvantage that the defenders of Alfred Cedillo have on the defensive side.
Well, ano talaga eh, mismatch talaga siya kung itatapat mo sa mga ibang bigs dito sa liga. No? Match a problem siya, but it's on the other side of the floor that, you know, kung mas malaki and mas matangkad ng big man, hirap din si Alfred dumipensa.
Ayun naman talaga maging problema niya. He's given up 8 points to Maui Escoso here in the first half. He's only managed to score 5 himself.
Escobedo misses the layup. Llagas is there to clean it up.
This duo of Escoso and Pari Llagas has posed problems on the glass for Manila here in the first half.
Nakaiwanan ni Escobedo ang bantay pero niluwa ang kanyang layup. Nandun naman si Pari Llagas.
For the Barang Quiapo, if they do have plans of trying to win this game, they're gonna have to box out and put a body on those trying to crash the offensive glass. Sayang naman yung kanilang effort when they're trying to force those initial stops.
I'd like to thank LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. They tied at 27. John Salubre, Llagas, and Cedillo fighting for that loose ball. Escocio not hit. Alfred ahead to Turalba. Baltazar with a reverse.
Changing hands. Right there, John Baltazar from left to right.
Dinamitan ng konting pektus. Almost the steal by Baltazar. Tagala to Escobedo. A 3 on the way. No. Pagkalinawan, binigay kay Cedillo. The sidestep from Alfred. No good this time. 4 on 3. Salubre loses the handle, recovers. Out to Escobedo for 3. Escocio, easy 2.
They're not getting their jump shots to fall, but Maui Escocio is there constantly to clean up the glass para sa Davao sa laro na to. And he has worked tirelessly on the offensive glass in this game.
Look at Wawi playing some bully ball against John Baltazar. Kawawa naman si John Baltazar, Wawi.
Tell the rest of the league that you are still here, Mr. Maui Escocio.
Yeah, and you will still be a problem.
Because a lot of times, you know, when people try to slim down, minsan nawawala yung lakas nila, that power that they're really used to play with.
Kaya ako hindi ako nagsislim down, Avi.
Naikot mo pa doon, ha?
Kasi baka mawala yung power.
Bakit naman? Eh, nandyan naman na yun eh. Hindi ka naman si Mactalio eh.
That's a very interesting example, Mactalio. The Wawi Escocio, walang problema yan.
That touch has not escaped him.
17 in the game.
He's a nice mix of power and finesse.
Absolutely right. Uy, huwag mong akala ko. Papanain si Wawi Escocio. Mahirap yung balik niyan.
He was in the way. Good thing Turalba gets a steal here for Manila.
They've been careless here, Davao.
They have. And this is not the kind of form that you want to come in with the playoffs, in the play-in rather. You want to be as sharp as you are talking about the Tigers. I'm sure Coach Arvin has a lot to say during the halftime break.
Oo, pinasok na si Tricky Peromingan as well.
And nice to see Tricky Peromingan back on the floor here for the Tigers after that accident he had during the draft combine.
Fast break of the game is brought to you by Extreme X Play on-the-go speaker. Take your music anywhere. Nice finish galing kay John Baltazar. Pari Llagas, the two big men have been combining well here for Davao.
23 points between the two of them. 6 for Pari Llagas, 17 for Maui Escocio.
Comia leaves it to Tricky. Masyadong malakas. Toralba taps that ball away.
I think Peromian still getting his timing back and the feel on the basketball. He's been away for quite some time. He's going to be a nice addition to the guard rotation for the Tigers heading into the play-in tournament.
Peromingan. Toralba short on the layup. That's Canlas with a jumper. Comia with a rebound. 36-32. Liagas puts it in for 2.
Nice little Gortat screen set there by Alan Beltran that freed up Pariliagas. You see here Tagala bringing the ball down, and then you see Alan Beltran pushing away Decoy Lopez, leaving the lane wide open para kay Pariliagas. It's a 6-point lead now for the Tigers.
Babalik ang Liga ng Bawat Pilipino dito sa Paco Arena. 38-32 ang ating score. 5.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Peromingan with the steal and the 2-pointer.
Well, Manila now piling on the turnovers here in the second quarter. Davao has increased the intensity defensively. The pressure has been extended.
Comia drops it off to Pariliagas.
It's so tough already to stop Jeff Comia when he's going downhill. Hindi mo malaman kung anong gagawin niya when he's already inside the paint.
Salubre, Janser count the basket. And the foul as well.
And to top that finishing ability off is his willingness as a passer. This was courtesy of Jeff Comia once again. Salubre with a pretty finish. Here's Comia setting up Pariliagas the previous play, attracting 2 defenders.
Pariliagas already with 8 points off the bench.
Yes, sir.
Escocio has 17. It's been the day of the big men. No, Alano has 6. Pariliagas has 10 and 6 boards.
And so if you're a Davao fan, you just can't help but imagine how beneficial it would be for your team if you only had Keith Agavida back playing consistently for your squad. The win-loss column certainly would have been different para sa kanila.
Baltazar at the line. (45-34). 11 points ang lamang dito ng Davao. Inside, nice drop step by Bonleon.
Rarely do we see Bonleon get set up on the block there. This is a post move against the smaller defender in Joe Gomez Del Llano. That really should have been the outcome.
47-34. 3 doesn't go. Jan Salubre 1 versus 3. Jan Sher, offensive foul.
Yep, clearly forcing the issue there against 3 maroon shirts inside the paint. Had the option to kick it out. I think that was to Jeff Comia, who was trailing that play. Instead, that's going to be a turnover laban sa Davao Occidental.
Baltazar, the extra pass. Joe, that's an air ball. Back the other way, Salubre, coast to coast. (26-9) the scoring in this quarter.
It's been a huge turnaround in favor of Davao here in the second period. And it's because of the improved defense, that trapping defense, forcing a number of turnovers against Manila. Batang Quiapo have also missed some shots here in the second quarter that have led the Tigers to get out in transition.
49-35. I think that 49-36. Balik na sa laro si Harold Arboleda.
Well-deserved rest para kay Jeff Comia. I think he did a really good job in making sure that the guy ahead of them always gets the basketball. As I mentioned, a very willing passer to the guy ahead of him.
Inside Bunleon, nice footwork.
Showing us the moves on the block. Ito si Bunleon.
It's a foul on Alfred Cedillo. First goes in. 3:17 left here in the second quarter. Sa penalty, parehong kupunan. 15 points ang lamang dito ng Davao. Alfred makes his move on the foul on Peromingan.
Hasn't changed. Nagkaiba lang yung setup sa kanya dito. This time, it's coming off a little pinch post action near the elbow. It's Cedillo faking the handoff and attacking, drawing the foul.
Three minutes remaining in the first half. Pasok yung pangalawa para kay Alfred. 13 points ang inahabol ng Manila Batang Quiapo. Bonleon against Joe Gomez Del Llano. Labas kay Jan Salubre. Salubre lost the handle, recovers. That's kick ball. Davao has asked for a timeout here. 51-38. They're up by 13. Nabalik ang MPBL dito sa Paco Arena. The Davao Occidental Tigers with a 13-point lead against the Manila Batang Quiapo. Salubre for 3. In and out. Pero Mingan gets that one to drop.
Again, off the miss on the initial shot by Davao Manila, allowing another offensive rebound. The disparity on the glass is 33 to 18.
Oh. Nasa penalty na, no? A poor foul to give up there from Beltran. Siya rin yung last line of defense, eh.
Yeah, and Del Barrio had really nowhere to go there. Beltran had him all gobbled up. That leaves Manila with an opportunity to get closer.
Boleda ang may tangan ng bola dito. Pero Mingan cuts, goes behind the back to Bon Leon.
Well, you know, when you have the opportunity to go fancy, why not?
One-hander galing kay Cedillo, doesn't go in. Couple of fakes. Heman, 3 in the key.
Overstaying is welcome there. Could have been a good basket for Manila, but see, tricky pero Mingan deliver that behind the back on the cut.
Yung tumama sa ulo ni Canlas yun. 5 to 40. Beltran labas muna kay Salubre. Arboleda wants it. Salubre. Bon Leon from the corner. Iman with the rebound. Nakaagaw si Tricky.
And tricky pero Mingan able to manufacture another possession off the steal. That was already Manila possession. They were getting ready to go into transition. But he wouldn't give up on the play. That's tricky pero Mingan for you. That's what he brings to the table. Guard with good defensive instincts. And someone you can rely on that part of the floor. Pero makikita mo medyo rusty pa nga ito si Tricky sa kanyang pagbabalik. This is his first game back ever since that neck injury na kanyang natamo during the PBA Draft Combine. But nice to see that he's already back in harness, and he will definitely be a much needed piece for the Tigers heading into the play-in tournament.
Cedillo is back at the line.
A lot of fouls being called here in the second quarter.
.55 to 42 is the count. Beltran inside, second serving na ikanatuwa ng kanilang bench. Cedillo on the move. Ganda.
Able to halt his movement and still take control of his shot. Despite that, it takes a lot of skill.
Beltran shoots over a smaller defender. Cedillo to Inigo. That is good para kay Ancheta.
Transition play, they move the ball around. 3 people touching the basketball, ending up in a made jumper by Ancheta. Here Manila gets a steal, but turn it over too.
Salubre misses the three, and that will do it. First half in the books. Good fight shown by Manila, but this is the first half that belonged to Wawi Escocio, who had 17 para dito sa Davao. 8 of 13 shooting para kay Wawi Escocio, just imposing his will inside the paint. May kasama pang 6 na rebound.
Oh yeah, he did not have any problems, just leaning in for points, carving out space for himself, powering his way to numerous baskets inside the paint for the Tigers, who are up by 11 points.
Efficient is that for Diego.
Pero mintis, dalawang free throw, ha? Oh, what a pass! Makes Pascual setting up Kit Jimenez.
This has got to be one of the best games, if not the best game, that we've seen from Mix Pascual. Good decision making right there, but you got to catch up on the other end.
Defense once again. Ugsang at the post. Fading away. Oh my goodness, Reeve Ugsang. How about that?
If your key player is down, it's the role players that take over. Reebok San this time, after giving that pass earlier to Mark Meneses, decides I'm gonna take on this one, taking on 3 white shirts, fading away, knocking it down to the delight of the Cebu Grays bench.
Sazon. Yambing will slam it down. Was actually asking for the lob. This guy could really jump out of a building. So si Rin William Bing.
Nice little pocket pass delivered there by Ives Sazon. It's still a slam for Rin William Bing, one hand plus, as he brought back ang kanyang cornrows for this game.
You don't want to see going as well. Tandaan natin, oh, what a move!
Grabe yun. And Mac Talio able to score.
In and out with the left hand and that right hand finish, leaving the defense on the dust. Mac Talio at his best, breaking down primary defenders.
Napako na sa 64 points. Rodel Gravera will slam it down with 2 hands.
He pretty much deserves that moment, itong si Rodel Gravera. He's just been a guy that they pull off the bench and always gives positive results. He never runs out of effort. Well, it's a foot race with Mix Pascual, and Mix was not gonna challenge that. And Rodel Gravera, a very quiet, athletic guy.
At nauuna siya dito. Farito will slam it down with his left hand.
He is in a zone. Christian Pajarito has made this Voyagers team and this Cuneta Ash Dome as his playground tonight, showing us everything that he can do on the floor. Left hand jam puts in that exclamation on the kind of game that Christian has played.
Missing the second. Davao, chance to win it. Escobedo inside the pass. Escocio scores! 0.7 seconds remaining. Val City calls timeout. What a play there by the Davao Occidental Tigers.
Well, they quickly ran the other way and trying to attack, understanding the time that was left, that front end miss.
About a 4-second differential between shot and game clock.
That is enough time.
Roy Sumang attacks, pulling up. Money on a mid-range jumper.
They got time.
But still a 2-possession game. Hamon, a second remaining. And that's gonna do it. Zamboanga. How about Roy Sumang? Struggling all game long with his shot. Delivers the dagger for the Zamboanga Sikat.
The dagger against June Manso, no problem. Little step back, and that basket made just in time to give them the lead and eventually the game.
Basilan with 7 steals compared to 8 naman for Ilagan Isabela. Alex Cabagno drives baseline. Oh! Had that tough angle, but had the wits in English to will that one through.
Oh boy, what an incredible shot make by the Crunchman. Santos was trying to keep in step with him all the way to the hoop. Took it to the other side with a much more difficult attempt. Was able to use that offhand to keep Santos from getting in front of him. But still, the magnitude of the difficulty of the shot.
He has most start para dito sa Sarangani.
Oh! One-handed throwdown right out of the gates from Simon Sandagon.
Simon Sandagon in his last 2-3 games has really sent out a statement that he is laser focused to try and bring a title for the Quezon Huskers this season.
That came out of nowhere. Simon Sandagon announcing his entry.
Halftime between the Davao Occidental Tigers and the Manila Batang Quiapo. The score is 57-46. Manila was off to a rather good start in this game. They even had the lead entering the second quarter. However, the Tigers using a strong second period to get control of this game and take the lead heading into the halftime break. They are up 57-46. You see there the numbers. They dominated the glass 33-23. They got a lot of second chance points off of the offensive boards. Wawi Escoso had a lot to do with it, especially during that second period. Jeff Comia had his moments delivering the basketball to guys like Pari Llagas, and that's how the Tigers were able to put up this lead heading into the second half. We welcome you to the third quarter between the Davao Occidental Tigers and the Manila Batang Quiapo. This is Manila's last game of the season. They will not make it into the play-in tournament. They will officially end their season today, whether it's a win or a loss, while the Tigers, they're trying to strengthen their hold of a spot in the play-in tournament. Leading scorers for the Batang Quiapo in this game are Cedillo, Gomez Diliano, Baltazar, and Christian Del Barrio. It's a oh, no, that is a make. Aaron Alvarez knocking it down from the right corner there for Manila, making it 49 to 59. The foul quickly given up on the other side by Alfred Cedillo. It's going to be Cedillo's first personal sa laro na to. Baseline throw in for the Tigers. Terzo gets it into Pariliagas. Defense converged on him. That leaves Escobedo with the basketball from the right corner. There's a foul away from play, and that's going to go against Justin Alano. Second personal against the former Perpetual Help standout. That's turnover for the Batang Quiapo. But the Tigers give it away. Achi Inigo. Escobedo was trying to defend. Guevara gets the bounce pass, and he finishes the 2 points there. 59 to 51. Minute and a half gone by here in the third quarter. Terzo from the outside, that's good. That brings the lead of the Tigers back up to 10.
Wide open, that was Hachi Inigo.
Si Axel sa Thursday pang laro.
Oo nga. Malabo mata ko.
Where are your glasses?
I don't know. I forgot where. I left it. And I must have left it in the broad room. Sabi ko, bilis naman ng break na yun.
Bilis nga eh.
Alam ko sakto lang yung kain ko tsaka yung CR ko eh. And then, pagbalik ko, 8 minutes na lang. Ayun, Sancheta.
It's been a rush today, actually.
Kaya nga. Alano, grabe naman yung sidestep na yun.
Nice delivery there by Joseph Terzo, leaving Justin Alano with only that 1-2 step to do to finish the basket.
Inside, Inigo, high off the glass and in.
Kung talagang Achi Inigo, if he puts his mind to it, he could be a very deadly scorer, but that's just not the nature of his game.
Ano talaga eh, pass first point guard eh. Yagas to Jeff Comia. He gets some space and Comia knocks down the jumper. 70 to 55 here. Extend ng depensa. Blocked by Pariliagas there. And then Alano is fouled by Ancheta.
Yeah, they're just flipping the switch right now on Manila, talking about the Davao Occidental Tigers forcing turnovers and getting out in transition. They're running every time they get that basketball off of those steals. But the Batang Quiapo are slow to get back, which leaves the Tigers a lot of these kinds of opportunities.
Free throw of the game is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas.
At ang matindi pa doon, it's their big men who are actually leading the fast break.
Yagas to Terzo. Comia will drive. Ball bouncing around. Escobedo to Comia. That's a three, and he swishes that one through. It's up to 18 now. Lamang dito ng Davao. Inigo inside. Well, defended by Comia. Second serving, nakuha ni Yachi Inigo. Points ang lamang. Comia Decoy Lopez with the interception. And Canlas will finish.
Manila setting themselves up for a good run here. Let's see how they play defense on these next few possessions.
Pari misses that one completely. Cedillo called for a foul by referee Ray Gabriel. Fast break of the game is brought to you by Extreme Cool Air Conditioners and Extreme Magpalamig free installation for split type air conditioners.
Barak Quiapo, now it's their turn to get out on the break and score.
There's a challenge here by Coach Arvin Bunleon. And we will be right back.
The Davao Occidental's challenge was successful. There was no foul. Retained possession by Manila Batang Quiapo.
Hello, Mr. Palanya. How are you?
Doing as best as I can. Looks like nadulas lang pala sa kanya yung bola, no?
And it looks like last touch pa niya.
Yeah. But it will stay with Manila.
Cedillo nawala na tuluyan ng bola sa kanya. Escobedo. Arboleda to Escosio. Gantay ng kakampi. Terzo. Harold. Comia in the lane. Labas kay Terzo. That's a 3. It's short. Wawi. No good. Escobedo. Yes.
That ball finding its way into different hands. Si Raymart Escobedo lang pala ang makakapuntos doon para sa Davao. And Manila now running out of options almost completely.
Back the other way for Manila. Canlas inside. He will get the bounce.
Turned out to be a nice decision. Galing kay Alfred Cedillo to make that last minute pass to a second last down at the baseline. I was going to say earlier that Davao, if Manila will continue to play empty like this is a good time for them to ensure that they remain sharp heading into their final games.
Oo, 23 ni Decoy Lopez. Terzo back the other way. Three minutes remaining here in the third.
Manila's been showing some resistance here, but it hasn't been consistent here in the second half.
(76-61). Uy, wow! Mika!
Iba din pala ang kwento nito ni Wawi Escosio, no? Maganda rin ang kanyang history. He started playing in Dagupan, Pangasinan, his hometown, when he was like 10 to 14 years old. And then moved to Manila for high school. Talaga daw ang tagal na panahon, no? Subok siya ng subok sa mga eskwelahan dito sa high school. Until finally, he got a school na kinuha siya as a player. Tapos, na-discover pa daw siya at nakuha siya finally sa University of Visayas. At doon na ang naging ending ng kanyang college career. Ang dami daw talaga niyang biyahe. But you know, at 34, he said, people might say na he hasn't really explored the full potential of his career. But to still be here in this league that put food on his table, this is already enough to still feel very relevant. Started this game well for Davao. Sidel Kami.
We will talk about Wawi Escosio when we return. Ang layo pala ng inabot ni Wawi Escosio. Umabot ng Cebu ang kanyang karera. Great little profile there galing kay Mika Abisamis. Check out this play galing sa Davao Occidental Tigers. Beautiful team basketball. They're up by 18 here. That's our Gixer fan of the game, born for greatness. Okay, nyo naman ng ano dyan.
Cheria.
Oo nga. (81-63). Wawi Escosio, now, as Mika mentioned, the lengths that he has gone for the game that he loves, and I think right now, I think he is at the best position in his career right now. You know, here with Davao, playing for a team that is still fighting for something. Okay, maybe next season, you know, he might find himself in another team. But for now, he has really treated this stint here with Davao, and he has really embraced the challenge. He's taken on the challenge para, you know, mailagay itong team na to that has a proud history here in this league.
Nakita mo naman at age 34, I think he's in the best shape of his life. Look at him right now. He has slimmed down, but as I mentioned earlier, he hasn't lost his power inside the paint. He's also managed to keep his touch from the perimeter. Kompleto pa rin talaga yung laro niya dito. Dinagdag niya lang yung maganda niyang kondisyon. And it's given him a lot of benefit this season, especially with the lack of big men for Davao. He has had to play a lot more minutes for the Tigers this season.
Joe Gomez de Llano lays it in for two. 40 seconds remaining here in the third. Escobedo for three. He rattles that one home.
It's only the second basket in the game for Raymart Escobedo. He's deferred to his teammates in this game.
Last shot time here for Davao in the third quarter. Terzo. Depensa si Inigo dun.
And he forces that turnover. Apparently it's off Joseph Terzo. So Manila will have the last say here.
Joe. They give up the foul. Wala pa sa penalty ang Davao.
It's a good foul to give. 13th foul as well for Davao, so one more personal to give up. Oh!
And Come did not like that from Guevara.
That would have been a very terrible foul kung naabutan nyo ng oras.
Oo. Umabot ba?
Come gets it with a little bit of over 2 seconds. Hard to tell from that angle.
I think meron pa. Nabi. Well under.
Yeah. Now that should be free throws. If they call it a shooting foul. Because it looked like he was already in the motion.
Yeah. So that will be 3 free throws here.
Yes, sir. That just tells you about
Foul
what
on number
Manila's season
24, John Guevara.
has been about.
That's his first.
It's been a lot of tough decisions, especially in times like this.
Absolutely needless foul.
I think they're gonna leave some time on the clock. A second left here in the third quarter after these free throws by Jeff Comia.
To 71. And 1 second remaining. To 71. May fourth quarter pa tayo dito. Meron pa po.
Meron pa?
Oo,
Akala ko tapos na eh.
Wawi Escocio and Pari Liagas and Estin Alano, the three big men combining for 45 points. Highlights of the game brought to you by Sip Plus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration.
Buzzer's gone off here.
Yeah, it's gone crazy, Abby.
Davao just continuing their mastery over Manila here in the third quarter, and that's why the lead still continues to be in double figures. It went up to as high as 20 earlier. Now it's down to just 17, but still a long way to climb here for the Batang Quiapo if they want to get back.
That's our fan of the game, brought to you by LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. I am noticing a pattern here today.
Really?
With all our
Meron ba talaga?
Gangster fan of the game, lahat, I am noticing a pattern.
In what pattern may that be, Mr. Tupas?
I don't know. I can't reveal.
Okay, so bahala na ang madla na
Yeah.
mag-judge.
Yan. That's a pattern right there.
Okay. I think I'm understanding the pattern now.
Yeah.
It's up to the people watching to decide also for themselves if that pattern is the same as the pattern that they are thinking of in their heads.
Quality over quantity ang pattern natin ngayon. Big second and third quarters para sa Davao. 34-31 points. That's 65.
He has been playing quality ball in this game. Talking about Wawi Escoso, 23 big ones sa laro na to for the big man out of the University of Visayas.
You know what's good about Wawi Escoso's game, which I think a lot of big men lack? He has a go-to move or meron siyang parang sure ball siya. Okay, alam mong pag binigay mo sa kanyang bola doon, lista mo na.
Yes.
Kasi a lot of the big men, he has mastered a skill or two. Ito si Wawi Escoso, and we've seen that here.
Tama ka dyan. And that's a very good observation because a lot of the big men here in the league, they need to get near the basket. They need to be close to the rim to score points. Ito si Wawi Escoso, you leave him wide open, lista mo na yan. He's got a good face-up game.
Even some of the guards here in the league don't have it.
Yes.
You know, a lot of our guards, sometimes they rely a lot on their speed. Bilis nila, but they get to whichever spot on the floor you wanna go. Pero yung panapos wala eh. Yung iba hindi ganun ka taas ng efficiency, but you know what you're gonna get if Wawi Escoso is on the floor.
And I think you would also know this because it is highly characteristic in the Cebuano game, in the Visayas and in the Mindanao to have that particular characteristic, to have that jumper highly embedded in your game. Kasi may kailangan sure ball ka talaga natira parati doon eh.
Si JR Kenyahan is
Yan.
a prime example of that. And UV din yan,
Yes.
by the way.
Because the game is very physical in those areas. More physical, I think, than here in the Metro. That's why most players, they need those kinds of shots to help them get points. Dahil hindi parating pwedeng mabubugbog sila sa loob.
Hindi pwedeng back down lang.
Oo, dahil mabubugbog sila or mapapagod sila.
Dapat may konting separation, titirahan mo. Keeping things simple.
Yes, exactly. That's the main thing. Keeping things simple.
Like yung kay si JR in his prime.
Oh yeah.
Hindi mo namamalayan 20-25 points na pala yung ginagawa.
Ganun lang.
Piso-piso lang. Good catch by Cedillo, blocked by Tagala.
Because if you're a key player, obviously you need to stay on the floor for a lot of time. And you can't just try and expend your energy in scoring a basket or two. You have to be able to try and pace yourself for as long as you can. That's why you need those kinds of shots in your arsenal. Kaya nang pinasok doon ni Alfred Cedillo. That keeps you with a lot more energy for the more important times on the floor, especially here in the fourth quarter where you want to be as fresh as possible. Lalo na kung dikit yung laro. Obviously, it's not the case here in this game between Davao and Manila. Essentially, that's the point.
Bon Leon has also imposed his will inside. No? Marami-rami na rin itong ginagawa ni Bon Leon. 11 puntos na.
And almost exclusively getting it inside the paint and on the block. At that time, Cedillo taking him to the rack once again. Dealing with 17 points in this game.
Tagala. It's a fadeaway. John Salubre. Nakaagaw pa yung Davao dito. Takbo agad sila. Pero Mingan to Salubre for 2.
And like I said earlier, this should be Davao just trying to make sure that they're sharp enough heading into their more important games this year. They have the play-in coming. They're about to get going against some pretty tough teams.
102-76, Coach Max.
Mukhang ang makakalaban ng Davao in the south for that play-in spot will be Cebu.
Yes.
It seems to be where the scenario is headed in the Southern Division.
And kaka-ano lang yan, ha? They just played against each other
Yes.
a couple of weeks ago.
That is why if they end up tied at 11 and 18, Davao will have the tiebreaker. But good thing for Cebu, all they need to worry about is Sarangani losing their last game to Caloocan. And that ensures them of that number 10 spot.
Interesting times here in the MPBL. Cedillo from the corner. Canlas. Makahanap ng puwang sa depensa doon. Oh. Guevara lays it in. I would love to have one of those baskets like that in the game.
In the post and
Oo, tapos
taking it
ganun,
inside.
ganun yung tapos.
Oo nga eh. 2-foot finish pa, no?
Oo.
Nung kabataan mo ba, 2-foot finisher ka ba?
Hindi. Ang hirap nun, Avi. Alam mo naman ako, hindi tayo ganun ka-athletic.
Pero piso-piso master ka naman eh. Mas marami ka naman pupuntos kesa sa marami.
Mahirap kasi yung may certain may certain na pangangatawan binabagayan yung mga 2-foot finisher na yan.
Salubre just continues here.
Mas mas gusto ko yung mga Coco Pinggoy na mga laruan. Yan yung mga calculating, scheming, yan. Yan yung mga gusto ko.
That very much fits your profile, no?
And body type as well. Pero grabe si Coco. Trabaho talaga ngayon. No? Papakondisyon. Play-in ng Ilagan Isabela.
And I'm happy that he's got the opportunity to have that spot in the playoffs if Ilagan gets through. Of course, they're going to have to go through some very tough teams in the north.
May pagbabago ba sa projection natin dyan? Mukhang wala.
Okay. Let's try and check the team
Alam mo,
status.
that's an exercise in futility. But it's nice to do the exercise though.
It is. You know, it's nice that we have this new feature of our tournament format dahil it adds excitement.
Manila in penalty now. Down by 30. Takbo agad ang Davao dito. And Decoy Lopez giving up the foul.
Yeah, with the way things were going in the first quarter, you would have expected things to go really differently in this game. But apparently, everything just took its course. And we are right where everyone expected us to be. Medyo matindi pa ang mga natitirang games nitong Davao.
Yeah. But good warm-up heading into the play-in
Oh yeah, for sure.
if they do make it. 4:27 remaining. We'll be right back. Davao's remaining games, Abra and Quezon City.
Talagang magandang warm-up yan. No better warm-up than the league leaders.
112 to 80 here.
I really thought that Pasig had a chance yesterday, but to nobody's surprise, Abra regained their footing in that game. It just highlighted the fact that Pasig was greatly undermanned.
Ano doon actually na-enjoy ko yung first few minutes na yun, ang game na yun.
Maganda yung naging sagutan eh. And obviously the Weavers, they have lofty expectations for this season and they're making sure that each and every game, no matter kung sino yung makatapat nila, gusto nila na maayos yung lalaroin nila. Just like what they like to talk about in their interviews, whether it's one of their coaches or one of their players, ang laging bukang bibig nila is they try to control what they can control, and that's themselves.
Oo. Tsaka, ma-stop mo yung first unit ng Abra, yung second, yung third. Problemahin mo rin.
It's a never-ending problem going up against the Weavers.
And by the way, they've set the regular season winning streak. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Every season, it seems like may nasisirang record dito sa MPBL.
Actually, no?
Ganyan talaga pag yung liga growing, developing.
Not just one, not just two, but numerous.
Oo.
What was broken this year? 3-point shooting record by an individual. Assists.
And then that winning streak.
Yeah.
And then now, 60 players in the 1,000 points club.
Right, yeah. Congratulations to Kenny Rocacurva for being the latest addition to that elite club.
Salubre takes a breather. Tagala is back in. (114 to 86 is the count. All over but the final score. Turnover for Davao. Beltran with a steal. Ahead to Bonleon. No good. Isa pa. Wala pa rin. One more. Beltran scores.
That has characterized this game. The Tigers getting on the glass and allowing themselves second, third, fourth chance opportunities. The lack of big men has been exposed here by Davao and Manila.
$116-87 is the count. Two and a half minutes remaining. Pressure pa sa Manila dito. Saan to kanina?
Yeah, they do this with just 2 minutes and 20 remaining in the game. They're down by 30.
Nakakarami na rin si Alan Beltran dito.
It's been just different big men putting up the points here for the Tigers.
They do have a lot of size. Kung titingnan mo, no?
Yeah.
Itong Davao. Wala pa nga si Keith Aguvida dyan eh. But they need the second, the third or fourth scorer.
Size they definitely have, but they don't have that much talent compared to the other teams at that position. See what I mean? It's one thing to have big guys on your team, but it's another thing to actually have those guys contribute in significant fashion.
118-90.
I mean, yeah, you can't teach height, but
Final score na lang.
obviously,
Final score na hinihintay dito. Bonleon having his way inside.
and even say sorry to Guevara after the shot.
Maganda din to para sa kumpiyansa ni Bonleon eh. Beltran. Oh my.
Come on. Certainly for Noel, this is a rare opportunity for him to score in double figures. He's had 13 in this game to go at 4 rebounds and 2 assists.
Decoy Lopez hits the three under a minute to play.
Oh, and he continues to score here.
Hindi tinawagan na foul. Turnover. Pero mingan. Umabot pa sa penalty Davao, ha?
Oo nga.
Tricky. Made a teardrop.
Wow, pero Mingan also with 10 points already in this game.
No, pero hindi sila yung magiging best player natin, ha?
Hindi. Siyempre hindi.
Decoy Lopez.
And that award goes to the best player for Davao in this game.
Three-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Kaya pala, hindi pa nauubusan ng 3 points dito. Kasi kulang pa sa Extreme. That will do it. So Davao has 11 wins for the season. They improved to 11-16. That's still have Quezon City and Abra to play. But for now, they have already pretty much secured yung play-in.
Yeah. The big win para sa kanila also to set themselves up for those tough games against Abra and Quezon City before the play-in tournament. Maui Escoso was a show of force sa laro na to.
Well, we have to check kung dito sa because they will be ahead of Cebu sa tie break.
Oo.
So that seals it. 124-93 for the Davao Occidental Tigers. It's a huge victory, sealing their spot in the play-in tournament. sa South Division. And mukhang marami ang ating may kasamang best player natin. May rami-rami. It's there is Mika ready? Okay, let's go. Mika.
Maraming salamat, Wawi. Congratulations. Naging very steady ka sa larong ito. Tuwing hawak mo ang bola, hindi kailangan kabahan ang mga teammates mo. No? Kamusta ka naman pagkatapos ng larong ito?
Yun lang, unang-una sa lahat, nagpapasalamat kami kay God na nakuha namin yung game na to. Yun lang, focus lang ako sa game. Nagpapasalamat ako sa tiwala ng mga coaches na binibigay sa akin. Tsaka para sa mga taga-Paco kasi taga dito kami.
Napakaganda. Napag-usapan namin ni Coach Arvin kanina, no, talagang kailangan nyo nga itong panalo na to para mas steady na kayo dun sa standings, pero ang susunod atang kalaban nyo ay Abra. Anong iniisip mo dun?
Ganun pa rin, ready pa rin kami kahit sino. Paghahanda namin sila, wala namang pare-pares lang naman ng yan eh. So, ready lang kami always.
I like the confidence. Meron ka ba mga gustong batiin at pasalamatan?
Unang-una sa lahat, pinapasalamatan namin si Cloud Bautista, Congressman Claudine Bautista, Dabi Bautista, Dumper Party List, Mayor Dinko Bautista of Santa Maria, Davao Occidental, Mayor Jason Pamas of Davao del Sur, Bautista family, sa family ko, syempre, yung wife ko, si Kayden, si Nathan, si Candice, sa Armoron, sa lahat ng sumusuporta sa Davao, maraming salamat. Tsaka, taos puso kami nagpapasalamat po sa tiwala ng Bautista family. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat and congratulations, Wawi Escocio. Balik sa inyo, still happy.
That's it. Wawi Escocio with the best player of the game. His teammates and the coaching staff are waiting for him dito sa court natin for I think one last huddle before they separate. Bukas, nasa Kamalig Sports Complex in Orion, Bataan ang inyong MPBL Pampanga against Bulacan at 4 p.m. 6 p.m. This is going to be a crucial game before the playoff or play-in scenario para dito sa Pasay and Binyan. And in the 8 p.m. game, it's Val City against Bataan, looking to close out the regular season with a victory. So, dyan po nagtatapos ang aming coverage dito. For my partner, Javi Palanya, courtside reporter, Mika Abisamis, and for all the men and women making up our team here at the Posse Dev Tupa, saying good night from the city of Manila.